Welcome back, viewers. Now, today terrorists from an offshoot of Lashkar-e-Taiba last year attacked civilians in the Baisaran Valley meadow near Pahalgam. The attackers specifically targeted 26 men after segregating them by religion. The brutality of the incident, which was partially captured on video by tourists, triggered a massive national outcry and a swift military directive for a decisive response. Launched on May 7, 2025, Operation Sindoor was a high-intensity tri-service operation designed to dismantle terror infrastructure deep inside Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The Indian Air Force conducted strikes against 9 major terror launch pads. High-impact operations also targeted Pakistani military logistics, including the Noor Khan and Rahimyar Khan air bases and radar installations near Lahore and Gujranwala. The Indian Army and Indian Navy, in fact, deployed a carrier battle group in the northern Arabian Sea. This fleet, in being strategically, is effective in blockading Pakistani naval movement and provided a layered air defense shield against retaliatory drone strikes. The Indian Army and BSF conducted localized operations along the LOC and international border to neutralize infiltration attempts triggered by the chaos. Over 100 terrorists were reportedly eliminated. A ceasefire was eventually reached on May 10, 2025, after Pakistan's DGMO initiated contact following significant losses to their air defense systems. Now, while Operation Sindoor downgraded the external network, the specific perpetrators of the Pahalgam attack remained at large within the rugged terrain of Jammu and Kashmir. Operation Mahadev was the focus of tactical response to hunt them down, using a combination of human intelligence and technical intercepts, including the tracking of encrypted messages. Security forces narrowed the search to the Mahadev Peak and Dachigam National Park region. Then on July 28, elite units from 4 para special forces along with the Jammu and Kashmir police cornered the group in Mulnar area of Harwan. The operation resulted in the elimination of 3 high-value targets. Security forces also recovered Pakistani ID cards, biometric records and ammunition casings that forensically matched those found at the Baisaran site, providing a direct link to the perpetrators. Together, these operations represent a shift in India's defensive doctrine. By combining Operation Sindoor with Operation Mahadev, the Indian establishment demonstrated a cradle to grave pursuit of terror threats. These events are now frequently cited as the standard for tri-service synergy under clear political mandates. Let's go across to senior geopolitical, strategic, international affairs and defense expert, retired Major General Sudhakar Ji, to get his insights on this. General Sudhakar, a very good morning to you and thanks very much for joining us. Firstly, what is your take on how this decisive action from the government of India helped take a clear stand of no tolerance or zero tolerance to terror? General Sudhakar, what do you make of the decisive leadership position that the government of India took, where it said that we have zero tolerance to terror and we are now going to hunt down each and every perpetrator who not just in Pahalgam attack, but all the previous attacks on the Indian soil will not be spared, will be brought down to dust and ash?
Yeah, absolutely. Kriti, good morning. Thank you for inviting me for your show. Goes without saying that it is to be understood from the larger perspective. Uh, but before I go into the larger perspective, let me respond to your question per se. Without any doubt, the government of India was very firm in its resolve and determination, and it proved what it had indicated that हम घुस के मारेंगे and don't ke matlab will hunt you down. Matlab, if you go look for the literary translation of Hindi, will hunt you down, and that is what is precisely happening. Without meaning to undermine Dhurandhar 1 and Dhurandhar 2, I don't know whether it is happening or not, but it gives me a feeling that is the way to carry forward the battle into the enemy's ground. They have to be hunted down. You have to penetrate into the ecosystem in which they are surviving in Pakistan and their leadership, chase them and kill them, neutralize them. That's the best way. In army, we are taught a thing that the best terrorist is the dead terrorist. So until you kill a terrorist, then you are doing nothing good. So towards that end, I would actually compliment the government of India wholeheartedly for having actually gravitated and pushed our strategy of restraint, which was practiced in 2008, and gravitated towards strategy of punishment, and punishment after announcing that we will hit your terrorist camps, and thereafter once we are done, when we handed over or closed the things, they were adamant on responding. So when they responded, well, we are left with no option. We also responded back and hit the airfields. So this time India has conveyed the message loud and clearly with a statement that an act of terror is to be treated as an act of war. That means whole of nation is going to be involved. Personally speaking, as per my analysis, this is an overstatement which will be very difficult to be implemented. Like a case in point is the Delhi blast. If that is to be taken as a case of terror, then the Pakistan should have been given back nice and properly. But I'm told that there is some glitch. Turkish angle is coming, so therefore
Yes.
they have held back the decision making. Otherwise, the government of India has come a long way and actually has got calibrated its course of action and the roadmap ready for responding to a situation like Pahalgam. And as such, Operation Sindoor is not closed down. It's just a temporary pause. It can revive anytime and anywhere along the border, inside the country or outside the country. This time, distance is not going to be a barrier, and the borders are not going to be a barrier. We'll go across the border, we'll hit them hard without boots on ground. We have that much of accurate intelligence, and we are very precise in our approach without any collateral damage. We'll tell them also that we are coming, we are hunting you down, and we'll take you to wherever you don't want to go. Back to you, Kriti.
Yes, that's exactly the resolve that we need to destroy this terror infrastructure in Pakistan. In fact, let's now take some statements coming in from Indian leaders as well. India, of course, is remembering the victims of the deadly terror attack in Pahalgam, one of the most tragic incidents that shook Jammu and Kashmir. The attack took place last year in the tourist hub. Viewers of Pahalgam targeted innocent civilians, leaving multiple people dead and triggering nationwide outrage. On the anniversary today, leaders across the country have paid tribute and reaffirmed India's resolve against terrorism. Home Minister Amit Shah said the grief of losing innocent lives still remains in every Indian's heart, stressing that terrorism is the greatest enemy of humanity and reiterating India's zero tolerance policy. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma called the attack barbaric and said those responsible have been brought to justice, warning that any attempt to harm the nation will face a strong response. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar also joined the nation in remembering, stating that India stands steadfast in its commitment to counter terrorism in all its forms. The anniversary is being marked as a reminder of the threat of terrorism and the country's continued resolve to combat it. All right, General Sudhakar, a very important thing to note is that Operation Sindoor is not over. Even today, 3 terrorists have been brought down. What is it that still needs to be done? What has the incident brought or amounted to bring changes in the doctrine of security in Jammu and Kashmir, and what gaps still remain?
Interesting question you have asked, but before I go ahead, I'll fail in my duties if I do not extend my condolences for the untimely and unfortunate demise of the survivors of the Pahalgam carnage. And my heart reaches out to the bereaved family, and may God bless the bereaved family with strength and fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. This is a national loss, and the nation is united to fight against this menace in a wholehearted manner. Now, coming to the question which you have raised, this has to be understood because this cannot be actually answered in 30 minutes or 20 minutes. It's going to be a book, but let me be very concise in my response. You see, the whole spectrum has to be divided into short, medium, and long term, and from containment to contestation, going through the countering the strategy. And when you do a thing like this, India has been pushed to beyond a level where it has to go across. The border will have no meaning. Borders will have no meaning. We have to get across the border, and we have to get into the system where these people, these perpetrators, the terrorists, Jaish-e-Mohammed, the Lashkar-e-Toiba, or whoever is coming by other names, the Resistance Front, or any other name. I'm told that the women's wing also has got organized. They have come into India. They are deployed in multiple places and they're trying to influence the sleeper cell. So the origin and the training ground, wherever these people are being trained and are being put through the process of indoctrination, and the decision makers and the leaders opposite the border, the handlers. And primarily, I would say the tap of terrorism is flowing from Pakistan, from the ISI office, and from the Pakistan Army Chief. Will do good if we start actually targeting, identify the relevant targets in these ecosystems, and start targeting them, because sooner we do, better it is. Lest we'll be inviting something like Pahalgam in our country, maybe in the hinterland, in multiple forms. It may not be a carnage like Pahalgam, it could be a different form of attack which is actually gaining ground. Or as such, we have a TCS example conversion process. We have Al Qaeda module which was busted in Pune, around 60 kilometers northwest of Pune, where they apprehended 150. The similar Al Qaeda was busted somewhere in Guwahati. We have small regional caliphate showing hands of ISI and ISIS. They're trying to develop caliphates within India. So these things have to be actually gone into, and we need to evolve a comprehensive counter strategy to prevent them from attacking us. Rather, we should actually, start attacking the mother centers from where the ideas are being actually germinated. That is the Pakistan. And Pakistan ISI is the mastermind behind all this. So that has to be taken care of. Time has come to go across and start hitting them hard, so that the prevention is better than cure, is a better realization for Indian safety and security.
Absolutely. In fact, let's take some more updates. Viewers, solidarity is pouring in for India on the anniversary of the attack today. Key international partners are standing firmly against terrorism. European Union and its 27 member states have said they stand with the people of India in remembering the innocent victims killed in the attack 1 year ago. The European Union said it joins the families of the victims and Indian authorities in honoring their memory, while strongly condemning terrorism in all its forms and stating that such acts can never be justified. Australia has also expressed solidarity, saying it joins India in remembering the innocent lives lost in the horrific attack. It paid tribute to the victims and acknowledged the grief of their families, reaffirming its stand against terrorism in all forms. Now, these messages highlight a unified global response as countries come together to support India and reiterate their commitment to combating terrorism. General Sudhakar, while our allies, European Union, Australia, they are all expressing solidarity. But there are also countries like India, the United States, and its President Donald Trump, who on one hand says that India is a friend of the US, Prime Minister Modi is a great friend, but on the other side continues to use Pakistan for its own advantage. Now, these negotiations over the war, why should countries like US and Iran take help from a country, a terror sponsor nation like Pakistan, and enable it to play the role of a so-called peacemaker when it is really not capable of doing that, and all that it can do is just wage terror?
Yeah, your question has got multiple angles. First and foremost thing is USA. Uh, on a serious note, it's better not to have any message coming from a country like USA extending empathy or sympathy or sharing grief with a country which lost 26 youths in broad daylight and segregated by religion because USA doesn't, it has lost its credibility as a nation, in my opinion, and it's better to call it out rather than lumping it and bottling up inside. Unless you call it out, by calling it out, we are doing good to US. We are making them, hopefully we make them realize that they're going wrong in everything, and it's about time that introspect, carry out self-analysis, and take a righteous, rules-based course of action. Otherwise, they are following the footsteps of Pakistan. Now you come to Pakistan. Now out here, I'll try to. You see, Pakistan, Iran never asked for Pakistan, but they did accept. They also were convinced that conflict or war was not taking the issue to anywhere. But USA being USA, it cannot be trusted. And Pakistan being a neighbor, the chief of the army staff of Pakistan is close to quite a few senior officials of Iran. Um, they have a good percentage of Shias in Pakistan, almost about 25 to 40% or so, out of total population of 24.9, around 25 crores. And they do share a lot of religious and common practices. So, why Pakistan has been chosen is because of different issues. Leave aside the good relationship and good compliments that Munir has been receiving from Donald Trump. The other issue why Pakistan has been chosen is because it is same Pakistan whose expertise in double handling or double standards was acknowledged by none other than Donald Trump way back in 2018 and 19. Multiple times he's gone on to say that America has given Pakistan $32 billion. What has Pakistan given them? And Pakistan has given them deceit, given them lies, given them betrayal, and such like issues. And when Osama bin Laden was found in Abbottabad in 2011, and all the time USA and the allied forces, they were hunting for him in Afghanistan. And here is, lo and behold, Pakistan, which was supposed to be in league or ally of America fighting against the Taliban, they have been found actually hiding Osama bin Laden, given him a safe sanctuary to survive and
Yeah.
close to a military academy. So this is the double standard of Pakistan which needs to be taken note of. But why it has been chosen is basically there is a intrinsic fear and fear in America that if they do not engage with Pakistan, then taking or making 9/11 happen in America could be a easy stone's throw distance by Pakistan itself. Pakistan incidentally has started developing or started carrying out research on ICBM.
Yes.
ICBM got the capability to reach not the east coast of America to the hinterland of America.
General,
So such
I'll have to interrupt you. We have a lot of updates coming in. Let's take them. And support is also coming in from Israel. In fact, on the first anniversary of the